In today's super short video, we're checking out the last home Chesmar has for sale in Trace, a new construction community in Southwest San Marcos. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, local Austin area real estate expert. If you're thinking of making the move to the greater Austin area, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. You know, as a teacher for 10 years before I jumped into real estate, I was actually a band director. I was a percussion director for 10 years. And I thought that was gonna be my lifelong job, honestly. But things happened, COVID hit, some things happened in my life where my priorities shifted, and I wanted to switch to something else other than teaching. And I found real estate was a great avenue for me because a lot of the skills that helped me succeed as an educator transferred over really well into real estate. Honesty, hard work, effective communication, and truly caring about people is still really important to me. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to get to know you, get to know your family, your situation, and help you find a great home and a great deal in the greater Austin area. All of that contact info can be found in the description below. So we're gonna tour this house I'm standing in right now. Real quick, just to say a few numbers, and also just to preface this with, if you look earlier in my channel, about a year ago actually, that was the last time I came out to Trace, and that gives you a lot of information about the amenity center, you know, what you have access to out here. But just to briefly give you an update on numbers, the HOA here is $85 a month, which is a little high, be on the higher end in most HOAs I've seen. And then the tax rate is incredibly low. It's 1.97%, but that's before exemptions. So if you moved here and this was your primary residence, you could apply for a homestead exemption. That's gonna knock down your tax rate quite a bit, closer to 1.5, 1.6. So crazy, really good taxes here. And then this home itself is listed quite low. It's listed at $300,000. So I think this is a really good opportunity. I think Trace is about to close out, which is great for people who want to buy new construction, but then are also thinking about selling in the future and they don't want to compete with builders. Well, Trace is almost completed. So there's multiple factors why I think this could potentially be a really good deal. But those are some of the numbers. Like I said, if you want more of an in-depth, what are all the amenities that you have here, definitely check out that video I did a year ago. But we're gonna jump into the tour for this house here. So let's start with the one and only house we're doing this video. All right, so the house available from Chesmar is a 1-story, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,542 square foot home, and this is listed at $300,000. Pan around so you can kind of see where we're at. We're on Paul Pena Drive. Very quiet neighborhood. Beautiful exterior. I like the kind of beige brown shake they have above the garage there. You see the natural light coming into the garage. Yeah, I like this blue against this, I'm not sure what color, I guess I would call it beige. I'm sure there's a fancier smoky brawn, I don't know what it's called. I do like that we have this front patio space. Those are becoming rarer and rarer, but you have plenty of room here to actually put some chairs out, and you don't have that front neighbor because they're facing perpendicular, so lots of privacy in this specific lot, and then quite a lot of space here for adding plants. I don't see a Ring doorbell, so just the regular doorbell. What I always suggest is, most people have a Ring at this point, or some sort of video doorbell. Have it installed after you move in against this, like have it hardwired so you don't have to change batteries. Since you already have a doorbell system, make sure you try to get that hardwired in. As far as the front door, beautiful front door. It's just the 6'8", not a full 8-foot tall door. I do like that we have natural light coming in above though. I would want to have some sort of peephole here, something that I can easily see out, but if you can't do that, definitely consider getting a video doorbell. And I like that we have the code here, so if you forget your key or you have friends coming over, you can just give them the code and they can get in the house very easily. So this is a very open concept. Immediately when I walk in, it's just straight out to living room, dining, kitchen, and I can already see one of the first guest bedrooms. So tile flooring here, the wood look tile floor. And let's go left. We'll go to the 2 guest bedrooms first. Carpeted guest bedrooms. I like that we have 2 windows looking out here. This is also a great spot if you need a home office. This works really well because you do have natural light and it's looking out to the front of the house. So if someone's dropping off a package, you can easily see them. Decent closet space, very long. And then the other bedroom, again carpeted, just a single window in here. This would definitely be more of a bedroom than an office. Typically, builders, they don't put the fans in the guest rooms, but it is wired. So you'll see you have two switches here. It's because you can put a fan in yourself. Fan costs $100, $200, and then one of these switches will operate it. Here's the second bathroom. I thought they did a really good job with the design. So we're seeing same tile, as we have out through the house, but then they put this interesting back tile on the shower. I like that they did add a shelf in here. Sometimes builders don't do that. And then as far as the aesthetics of design choices they just kept it simple and did black hardware everywhere through the house, and I think that works really well as this kind of blue greenish cabinetry. So yeah, I thought this was a really good job by the builder for being an inventory home. You're never quite sure what you're gonna get with that. Coat closet, and then here's the garage. Two-car garage, natural light coming in. The light isn't even on in here, so I really like when they have the natural light. I also like when the windows are up here because it maintains privacy. Some garage doors, the windows will be on the side, and it's just awkward that people walking their dog can see you. The garage space itself isn't that big, so it's about 6 inches either side, so kind of small. You would struggle fitting 2 cars in here side by side. We do have an irrigation system. That's the Rainbird, right? Electrical panel. Water softener loop if you wanted to add a water softener. No EV charger in here though. And then you would walk up the attic to change out the air filter. That's where the HVAC system is located. I do like the corner door though. It does make it feel like you're not wasting any space with the door being right on the corner of the garage there. And then we come to the main living area. They do have a ceiling fan here. Pretty good amount of natural light. They put quite a few windows in here. So living area over here, put the TV there. Very large dining area off to the side here. And then our kitchen. Really good updates with the kitchen. They have the built-in range, so you have the extra storage underneath. I will say, with built-in ranges, I forget the exact inches, but there's like a 40-inch and a 48-inch, something like that. This is definitely on the smaller side. I know I've seen Chesmar do this, I've seen Highland do this. I prefer when it's larger. I know Taylor Morrison does a larger one, Perry does a larger one. It's just, you can call it a 5-burner range, but it's so short, you're really gonna struggle to actually utilize 5 burners with how short, the width is of the grill. So something to be aware of. If you cook a lot, this is a smaller version of that, even though it says it is a 5-burner. You do have the built-in oven, built-in microwave. The handle's already in here. We don't have the soft close. We kind of do. Well, no, it's just a cabinet that doesn't like to close on itself. So that's not a feature, that is a bug. Large single basin stainless steel sink looking out to the living area. I do like that. And then they have the purified water here. So if you want to get a reverse osmosis system, have drinking water come out there, that looks great. I also like that Chesmar does this. So there's a law went into effect a few years ago where they can't put outlets on the islands anymore. So builders that have been building the past 2 or 3 years stop doing that. Some builders like Chesmar have started adding these to where you can push it down and it's flush, or it can come up and you have a couple outlets. That's really handy because you don't really realize how often you use the outlets on your island, or at least I didn't until the house I live in now doesn't have outlets on the side, and it just makes everything next to the range way worse, because that's where my crock pot goes, that's where my my air fryer goes, my toaster. So it's nice having something here on the island. Fridge would go here. That's definitely something we can negotiate that they add in addition. And then you do have a corner pantry, decent amount of space in there. I do believe there is a light in there. Blinds obviously included. So back here we have our utility room, really long utility room. I like the natural light coming in too. Because the window's there, you can't really add cabinets, unfortunately. So I'd probably figure out some way to maybe get a custom cabinet either side of the window, just so I can hide some things, make it a little nicer in here. I do like how long it is though, because you put your washer dry here. This is plenty of room to put a table, and you can actually fold clothes in here and not feel super tight. And And then back patio, we do have the blinds inside the window, which is a nice touch. I'm gonna try to be quick out here because I did notice a locust nest up there. A pretty small patio. This one's gonna be really easy to screen in if you did wanna do that. We do have a gas drop here, which is a nice addition. So if you do grill a lot, you can put your grill there, not have to worry about a propane tank ever again. Pretty wide as far as side yard distance from the other neighbor. It's a really good amount of space there. And then really good amount of space on the main yard too. My only beef with this is rear neighbor having that upstairs balcony. It's just right there, so that will be the only thing that bothers me. I like that the footprint of this house is further back, so if they're hanging out in their back patio, we're kind of separated. But apart from that, pretty good amount of privacy out here. If it were me, and this was kind of I'm gonna live here for a while, I'd look into extending the patio just a little bit. See if I wanted to maybe add a TV here. If I wanted this to be kind of a hangout space, you definitely have room to push the concrete slab out. But it is quite quiet back there. It's just that one back neighbor where I feel like we'd lose a little bit of privacy. It's the other nice thing too about this being the last inventory home with Chesmar, everything's built. And so I've had this before where clients will buy a house and then a year later be bummed because the house built behind them is taller, or it's an off color, or something's weird about the house. They're like, oh, like I knew a house was gonna be built there, but I didn't know it would look like that, or I didn't know, they have that upstairs balcony looking into my yard. So it's nice just to know what you have instead of an open lot and wondering what it's gonna be like. Here is the primary bedroom. I like that we have the tray ceiling, so that definitely with the fan makes it feel like a taller ceiling, so the fan's not dropping down so much. I kind of wish they added a third window in here, but this is fine, 2 windows. The idea would be to put the bed this way. I would probably try to put the bed this way, but either one works. And then the primary bathroom. So we do have dual vanity sinks, large walk-in shower, just with the acrylic base there. I do like that we have the natural light with the frosted window, floor to ceiling tile, that looks great. Toilet tucked away here, linen closet right next to it, lots of space in that linen closet. And then a okay size closet. Not bad. I like that they put the built-in shelves back there too. Now, a couple of things I'll say about this. People always ask me incentives for new builds. When it comes to an inventory home, it's just like a resale home. You can negotiate, you can ask for whatever you want to ask for. It's not like a to-be built where the builder will say, we're offering a 4.99, we're gonna pay 10,000 closing costs. With an inventory home, you have a lot more negotiating room, and in the current market, obviously you have a ton of negotiating power. So they offer a 4.99 FHA interest rate or a 5.25% conventional interest rate. Just to put that in perspective, regular, if you just went with a typical lender, the market value for a conventional 30-year right now is 6.44 as of recording. It's obviously fluctuating a little day to day. So getting a 5.25, definitely a no-brainer. You'd want to do that. But these are all negotiable things. This is something you can even negotiate on a resale site too. I don't feel like a lot of people know that when I'm helping clients who are buying resale, which is infrequent. Most people go with a new build because there's so much inventory, why not? But I have helped a few people go resale, and we've just negotiated the seller to buy down our interest rate so that we don't have to pay 6.44. So don't feel like you have to go new build to get a good interest rate. It's just new build is promoting that because they know that's the biggest factor to people. But that's what Chesmar is promoting right now, 4.99 FHA, 5.25 conventional. But we can also negotiate closing costs paid, appliances, fridge, washer, dryer, all of that included too. Now I will say, as I said earlier in the video, this is potentially a really good deal. I think it's more for first-time homeowners or for people looking to downsize. This has a lot of resale value to it down the road. A, because you're not, fighting with a builder in the neighborhood who are going to just be showcasing better rates, right? But also, it's a 1-story, so already right there, like 1-story truly. There's no steps getting into the front door. It is a very, very good sized 1-story home. And then it's a brand new construction neighborhood. So you're gonna be under warranty. You're gonna have a 1-2-10 warranty. The first year, anything breaks, Chesmar will fix it. Within the first 2 years, if systems break down, you know, the HVAC, the electrical, the plumbing, they'll fix it. And then you have a 10-year foundation warranty too. So there's a lot less risk when you're going the new build route, and especially at the end of them building this neighborhood out, they just want this off their books. So they're probably gonna say yes to pretty much any offer that's close to $300,000. So I definitely feel like this is a potentially really good deal. I was actually planning on posting this video a month later from today of recording, but I think I'm actually gonna post it in a few days instead, because you know, this is our last one. It's not gonna stay on market long, and if anyone is interested, I do want them to have access to it. But regardless if this is available or not, if you are considering buying or selling in the greater Austin area, you can always give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. I really enjoy doing these videos. I'm an introvert at heart, so when I got into real estate, I couldn't do the cold calling or practicing scripts to get people to convince them they should sell with me. I'm not a salesman. I never have been. I never want to be. I'm an educator at heart, so I enjoy doing these videos where I can just give you as much information as possible purely for free. And if you feel like it'd be worth your time to reach out to me, work with me, then I'm happy I can help you through that home buying journey with zero pressure, because I never want to use those types of tactics. But if you are considering buying, I definitely advise you to use a realtor, whether it's me or if you already know a realtor you know, like, and trust. Definitely use someone, because salesmen and the listing agents on the other side, their agenda is to sell you their house, right? And so they're going to really promote the pros and really not talk about the cons. Whereas a realtor on your side is going to tell you everything, because their main agenda is making sure you have a good time working with them and are happy with the process. So I never sell someone on a home that they're unsure about, because, well, that's not gonna help them, it's not gonna help me. It doesn't make any sense to push anyone into a house. And sometimes I actually do the opposite. So a client recently really liked a house, and I had to remind her, like, hey, remember when we first met, you said X, Y, and Z were really important to you. I know this price is amazing, but are you comfortable with that commute? You know, it doesn't have the amenities you're looking for. And it's important to have someone advising you through it that has your best interest in mind, not just trying to make a quick buck selling you a home. So if that sounds good to you, please reach out. I'd love to get to know you, get to know your situation, and help you in any way I can. But until next time, I hope to see you guys around the neighborhood.